Do you ever think that the forest is so similar to us? For it to thrive, its roots must first stretch so deep into the soil through all the muck and shadows, and it has to go through all the seasons changing. And honestly, we're no different. Take a pearl, for instance. It starts as a tiny little speck of a particle, a speck of grit inside of an oyster. And it's only through time and struggle that it becomes something so breathtaking that it could be worth millions of dollars. That's us too. The hardships we face, the weight pressing down on us, they're shaping us into who we're meant to become. Those tough moments have this strange way of carving out space for growth, revealing truths about ourselves and the world we'd never see otherwise. If you're watching this, odds are you've probably hit some rough patches throughout your life. Maybe you're in one right now, and I get it. I honestly get it. When I say your struggles might be the key to unlocking your potential, you might roll your eyes at me and think, dude, this bitch is actually crazy. I am crazy. I'm a little delulu, but you know what? I mean it. Pain isn't pretty, it's raw, it's heavy, and it can feel like the end of the road. But here's the thing, to move through it, you've got to let yourself sit with it. Don't shove it down, don't ignore it, and pretend it's not there. Feel the frustration, the heartbreak, whether it's a betrayal, a loss, or a dream that fell apart, let it wash over you. And here's where it shifts. Feeling it is step one. Wallowing in it, where it goes sideways, when you keep replaying the same old story, I can't trust anyone because I've been hurt way too many times. Everyone always takes advantage of me. I'll never succeed because I failed, and I failed so many times, and I'll fail again. You're just handling your life script to the pain. You're letting it call the shots. Say you've been let down in love over and over again. You could tell yourself, every relationship ends in a disaster, so why I bother? I've heard it so many times. Men are all trash. I'm gonna die single. You know what? If you think that, that's exactly what you're gonna get. If that's your focus, you'll keep pulling in the same patterns. Your mind's like a magnet. What you dwell on, you draw in. Now flip it. What if you looked at those letdowns and said, I've learned what I won't do in the future. I've learned what I won't stand for. I've spotted the warning signs. I've spotted the red flags, and now I'm ready for something real. Someone who's steady, kind, and my rock. Change the lens, change the perspective. You'll start seeing different people show up. But if you're going to cling to, I've been hurt too much, you're just building walls that keep the good stuff away. This isn't just about love. It applies to everything and anything. A job loss, a health scare, a friendship that fizzled. Focus on the wound and it festers. I swear it does. You keep replaying it in your head like a broken record. You're only gonna feel more hurt. You keep hurting yourself in the process. Focus on what it's teaching you and it becomes fuel. I'm convinced that to step into the best versions of ourselves, our truest, boldest selves, we've got to wake up. And honestly, sometimes waking up means getting shaken by something hard. For me, that shake came from where I started, my childhood. So let me start by saying I know when you're in the thick of it, it's easy to feel lost, it's easy to feel furious, angry, or just numb. And if I tell you your pain has a purpose, like I said a few minutes ago, you're gonna think this bitch is crazy. She just doesn't get it. I get it. Trust me, I get it. But your pain is your purpose, and let it fuel you for more success. I know you're probably thinking you don't get it, you don't know how bad this is, but I'm not here to pretend I've walked your exact road. I've had my own dark nights, and I want you to know I see you. Alright, here's the thing. I'm not sharing this for pity. It's far from it. I just want you to see that if you're in a pit right now, it's not your forever. Your story that you're telling yourself right now is not your forever. That bad thing that happened is in the past. That pit could be the very thing that lifts you into your calling. So this part is really hard for me to talk about, but I'm gonna let you in. I grew up with a single mom. It was just the three of us, my sister, myself, and my mother, and we lived in a tiny 1-bedroom condo. She was working 2 jobs. She was always stretching every dollar to keep the lights on, and dinner was whatever we could get our hands on. Sometimes our aunts or uncles would drop off food, or maybe it was frozen mac and cheese, frozen pizza, whatever it is. We weren't picky, we were just grateful to get food. And the most beautiful thing I saw growing up is that my mom never complained, but I saw the strain. The late nights she'd come home exhausted, the way that she would hide bills under a stack of junk mail so we wouldn't worry. We were just making ends meet, teetering on the edge. I'd hear kids at school talk about vacations or new sneakers. Back then it was the Heelys, and I'd shrink inside knowing that unfortunately it wasn't my world. But it built this quiet ache in me, this feeling of being less than. Life was just stacked against us. That ache followed me into my early adulthood. I started chasing escapes like partying, running with the wrong crowd, anything to drown out the shame of where I came from. I tell myself this is all I'm worth. Then I lost myself so much to the point where I got on academic probation. And my mom got that letter, and to hear her crying, it literally shattered me, and reality kicked in. And the thought of letting my family down hit me so hard that it was like a flip went off. I couldn't keep wasting my days. That struggle woke me up. It's why I'm here now talking to you. If I hadn't grown up with that grind, that fear of falling through the cracks, I wouldn't have the fire that I have deep down inside me today. Fast forward to present day. Everything's different. That struggle pushed me to build something bigger than I ever dreamed. I ended up graduating with an engineering degree, and today I'm so grateful and so blessed to say that my mom never has to work a single day. I take care of her. Every bill is paid, every need is met, and anything she wants is hers. It's all because of the abundance I found, the kind that grew out of those hard years. What once felt like a curse became the fuel for this life we have now. After that wake-up call, I hit a wall. I'd lied awake replaying, what if we'd had more? What if I've done better? What can I do? I'd sit on the rusty fire escape outside our condo staring at the city lights, asking for some kind of answer. And that's when I started talking to God and building a stronger spiritual connection. And I felt His presence, and He held me when I couldn't hold myself. You need to know that God's always with us, closer than our next breath, wanting the absolute best for us, even when we can't see it. If you've never been down that road, trust me, don't let anyone pull you in with just one time. One time turns into a cage quick. There's more I could say, stuff I'm still working up the guts to share, but when I'm ready, I know it'll hit home for someone. So here's the deal. God isn't punishing you. He's growing you, nudging you towards your fullest self. He's always with us, wanting us alive, prosperous and abundant and thriving, not just scraping by. I used to hate asking for help. I still do. I choke down my feelings rather than let them spill. If that's you, hear this. Even if you feel alone, you're never alone. God's right there. That steady strength inside you. No gatekeeper, no rules. Just you and Him. Pain doesn't just mold us, it links us. Look at the people who changed the world most clawed out of the hard beginnings. Their pain became their power. Yours can too. Understanding your pain is the first step to letting it go. So if you're hurting now, or if there's an old scar you've ignored, pause with me. Think about it. What's the toughest thing you've faced? How did it stretch you? How did it change you? How did it improve you? Maybe a broke season taught you grit. Maybe a closed door led you to a better one. Rewrite the meeting, make it a launch pad and not a dead end. I know you might think, but Alina, you don't know my fight. True, I don't. I have no idea what you're going through. But I know this. Your view shifts your reality. Feel it. Yes, but don't let it own you. Wherever you're at, that pain isn't forever. You're not too small to matter. God's with you always, and He wants the best for you. There's always a way out, always a light ahead. Dark days fade, the sun always comes out. Shift your focus and the good starts rolling in. New chances, new strength. And listen, I will repeat this once more. You are not alone. Hit me up if you want. I'm a stranger, sure, but I'm here for you. And look to God. He's with you, closer than anyone, wanting the best for you in ways no one else can. I hope this resonated. If it stirred something, sit with it. Thanks for hanging out. Subscribe if you're feeling it and tell me what's on your mind for next time. I love hearing from you guys. Take care and I'll see you soon. Love you. Bye.